Researchers collected data on the numbers of hospital admissions resulting from motor vehicle crashes, and results are given below for Fridays on the 6th of a month and Fridays on the following 13th of the same month. Use a 0.05 significance level to test the claim that when the 13th day of a month falls on a Friday, the numbers of hospital admissions from motor vehicle crashes are not affected. We will be conducting a hypothesis test about the mean of the differences in the data values. We must pay attention to the claim, which says that when the 13th day of a month falls on a Friday, the numbers of hospital admissions from motor vehicle crashes are not affected. So we will let mu sub d be the mean of the differences in the numbers of hospital admissions resulting from motor vehicle crashes for the population of all pairs of data. The null hypothesis should be that the mean of the differences is 0, and the alternative hypothesis will be that it is not equal to 0. We are not asked to find if the mean of the differences is positive or negative, but rather the claim states that the numbers of hospital admissions from motor vehicle crashes are not affected. So we will begin by opening the data set in StatCrunch. We will press Stat, Tstats, Paired, Sample 1, Friday the 6th, Sample 2, Friday the 13th. The T statistic is minus 3.051 if we round to 3 decimal places. We are to identify the critical values. Since we are testing the mean of the differences, we are reducing the test to a single variable test. So in other words, the differences between each of the paired data values would be found, and then the mean calculated from those differences. So in order to find the critical value, we'll press Stat, Calculators, T. We'll need to know the number of degrees of freedom. There are 6 pairs of data values, so the number of degrees of freedom will be 5. We are to use a 0.05 significance level, and since this is a two-tailed test, alpha will be split into the 2 tails. So in the last box, we will type 0.025. What we find is a t-value of minus 2.571 if we round to 3 decimal places. Since this is a two-tailed test, our critical value will be plus or minus 2.571. The t-test value of minus 3.051 is less than minus 2.571. So our test value lies outside of the critical value. In other words, in the rejection region where we will reject the null hypothesis. In rejecting the null hypothesis, we are concluding that a difference does exist. So our selection will be C. There is sufficient evidence to warrant rejection of the claim of no effect. Hospital admissions appear to be affected.